Hi everyone, this is Jennifer, and I just want to do a quick tutorial because a lot of you have asked how I use Calendly and how I link Calendly to Zoom and how I use some of the other features in Calendly. So I just wanted to go through that in case some of you also had the same questions. So under Calendly, this should be familiar to you. You have your event types. I know I have a lot of event types, but one of them is complimentary coaching. And you want to go under settings here, that little gear bar, and hit edit. And under edit, where it says what event is this, you can press on that. And here there's a location. I just added my Zoom link right there. And what that does is when somebody goes to book and books the call, immediately they'll have this confirmation and the Zoom link is provided. Another thing I do so that they just are reminded that for the call, I'll be expecting them on Zoom, is if you scroll a bit down under the notifications and cancellation policy, you can hit that and hit personalize. And you can personalize this email that you get. I have the subject line being call confirmation. There's a default to, what they'll receive. After the default, I just cut and paste my Zoom link right there so that somebody has that confirmation as well. And what that looks like is they'll get this call confirmation via email right here. It says the subject and it has the link right there. One thing you might want to just be aware of is that means that when they have this link, it's kind of a generic link. It's not specific to a specific call scheduled. So you just want to make sure your Zoom settings are such that you're inviting the participant in. Just because, if you have back-to-back meetings, you don't want like one client to show up on another client's session. So you just want to make sure your Zoom settings are correct, because these links that you're putting in your Calendly are kind of just generic links to your general profile and Zoom room. They're not specific to like a specifically scheduled calendar for a client. But I like this because it's just seamless and automated. It means that you don't have to send a separate email with the Zoom link. They should have it. Another thing that I do, excuse me, something just fell in my house. Another thing that I've done that a lot of people have commented that they like is I added some questions right here where it says invitee questions. There's again a default like a name and an email. I added a phone number. I also added a couple questions here, just that these are just questions that I'd like to know about the person who's booking the call. You can put whatever questions that you want. I added just again like 4 questions here, quick ones. I made sure that I put please write NA if you've already answered this previously or don't wish to answer at this time, so somebody's not obligated to answer. And it's right here, you can just keep adding questions. But I think this also has been helpful. And you can see when clients book the call, they see this, right? So this is somebody just about to book. They select a time, and you can see right here, these are the questions that I'm asking them to add. Another feature in Calendly that I think is helpful is a way to kind of capture data and capture kind of who is booking calls. This is just something that I have used in the past. It might not be necessary for your business, but I go right under dashboard and I select here. You can kind of select, you can select under this drop down here kind of what you want to see. Let's just say it's today's clients, but typically you use all past clients. I just can't show you that right now because I'd be revealing client data, and I don't want to do that here. But let's just assume you put all your past clients. You can also have a filter here and filter by, event type, but I just have all types. You can just do different types of meetings and collect data that way. But what's really great about this is once you kind of sort through kind of what you want to see, all your canceled events, like who's canceled in the past, how many, depending on the type, all of that. If you hit this little button, export, this is so great. It's so small that you don't usually see it, but you can hit export. And what this does, it just creates this little CVS Excel file. So imagine this having client data here of like, if you wanted to see all your past clients, this would already be filled in and you could see the name, their email, and you can do whatever you want with this data, add it to different spreadsheets. And I have found this feature really useful, and it's really just something I recently discovered, and it probably wouldn't be something I would have discovered just because this little export feature is so small. And finally, the last little tidbit that I wanted to share with you is this questionnaire here that I happen to be using has been great, but some of you might want to use like a Google form or some other SurveyMonkey type of form, and you have a link already set up. So one thing you could do is go back under this area of Calendly, and just like we did with the Zoom meeting, you can go here to email confirmations and personalize, go under here and put the subject line call confirmation and brief questionnaire, add your whatever call information you want, and then in bold in the past I put please fill in this form at least 24 hours prior to scheduling your meeting. And then you would add that copy right here with a link using this hyperlink to your Google form, and that way in the call confirmation they'll have a link to that Google form and just be able to press that and fill out your questionnaire. I'm sorry I can't show you that feature here in this tutorial because I don't have it set up that way, but that's just something else you can do if you want somebody to fill out pre-work or anything like that. You can add that right to this area of Calendly under the call confirmation. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions, please direct message me, and I'm happy to help if I can. I really am not good with technology. This was literally just experimentation, and I ended up figuring this out. But I have been using Calendly for about 5 months now, and it's been really great. So if you do have questions, please don't hesitate. But I hope that was helpful for all of you. Thanks. Bye.